Hello guys and welcome to Marcel Entertainment. Today I wanted to show you and talk with you guys about the most challenging Minecraft biome to build a village in or structures in. It's just so freaking challenging. And what I'm talking about is the snowy tundra. Like, yeah, they have pretty nice buildings there and stuff, and it can be a really beautiful biome to live in, but it is full of challenges. Like, I will also explain you guys on how you could actually make a successful home here. By the way, that's like a building I've added here to this snow village, a self-creation. Turned out pretty okay, I guess. Nothing special though. And as you guys can see, if you want to grow anything, like farm anything, like crops, you need a light source. If you don't have a light source, there's snow everywhere. And even if you remove the snow, it will just grow back and ice will freeze. However, if you place a torch, in time, as you guys saw, the snow will disappear. So if you want to have like a farm, you need tons of torches or lanterns. And you need to import animals. Like, if you don't have a torch there, the water will freeze. And if the water freezes, you can't build anything. So you have two options. Option number one, the torches, and let me show you another option you have. And that's to farm underground, or to at least have some sort of roof. It can even be mud like here. However, if you do this indoors, you need a light source, be it lava or torches. Like, you need to offer additional light. If the light level is too low, stuff barely grows. So it either needs to be some sort of opened sort of cave like here with some torches, or what else you could do, don't have any glass here, but you could actually create some sort of botanic garden. And that's just like in the real life, right? Like, you have those colder areas and they still have zoos and botanic gardens, and they are farming strawberries and tomatoes and other sort of stuff in those glass houses, right? So what I could do as well, create some glass house here, starting maybe here or here, and it will cover this whole area. Like, that's another option you have. You just create a big glass house and farm inside, because the good thing about glass is it still lets light through. Now, talking about farming in general, I have a lot of sheep here, but they are really challenging to get. Same with cows. Chickens are easy, you could just collect eggs and throw them. But depending on where you spawn, you often have like a huge area of snow, of the snowy tundra, until a village comes. Like, they aren't too often at the borders, often they spawn in the middle depending on the seed you are in. This one here is pretty far, and you need to get a lead by either creating one, and for that I think you need slime balls and some leather and stuff, or you have to make a trap for a wandering trader and murder the trader and get the leads for the llamas, and then just lead some 2 cows or 2 sheep, or maybe even 4 at once here. I actually did with 4 leads, 2 sheep and 2 cows, and then you trap them in there, and then you just feed them and breed them. And the chickens are quite easy. If you have a chicken farm somewhere else, like in a different biome, you just collect those eggs, and what you do then with those eggs, you just throw them, and eventually you get chickens. Oh, I was lucky, 2 chicken babies with like 13 or 14 eggs. So yeah, you need like at least a full stack, better too. And you can start with 2 chickens and just breed them. Another form of farm is one with a lantern, and you can actually use more ground. You could literally create a fence. You could even like start somewhere here and still have this block available for you, or here. And then on top of the water, if it's like 3 or 4 blocks, like this one, 4 blocks, you leave the lantern there on top. And then that way, with that light level, you can also get at least like 3 or 4 blocks of water free of ice. So yeah, another downside of this is, if you want to grow stuff, be it pumpkins, melons, carrots, potatoes, whatever it is, you have to bring them from another biome, otherwise like it's crazy difficult. And yeah, this method is quite nice too, if you can cover it somehow with like dirt or something. You could also use like wooden slabs. Have some sort of opened wooden building somewhere. Another downside is, but that's if you want to stick to that village theme, like if you want to build in a snowy village. As you guys can see, those are all logs, right? Wooden logs. However, if you use wooden logs instead of those planks, you're gonna need a lot of wood. And that's another issue right there. You don't have many trees. Those trees that you see there, they were all created from 2 trees that I found nearby. Like if I travel to the second snowy village that was spawned near to this one, I'm about to show you how there are almost no trees or anything. Like yeah, you do have trees, single ones, and there I was lucky to have a snowy taiga forest, but not all of those villages have those nearby. So I was just fortunate with that spawn. But usually, like in the other one that I found, you have like maybe 3 or 4 trees standing around there, and you need to break those leaves in order to get the saplings. And that's one that I didn't work on, so as you guys can see, there's like a lot of frozen water. And this all cannot be used unless you put a torch there. However, there's also another method that I came across how you can actually freeze water. And that's for those sort of lakes, right? So here you have 1 block, then you go to the second block to have at least like 1 block free. And then you just place a wood log there, right? However, you can also use mud if it's like 3 or 4 blocks high, and then you place the torch there like that. And what will happen? At least 1 or 2 blocks around the wood log, everything will melt, and you could easily plant or something. If you break it, it won't freeze again. Let me show you. Yeah, you can place it all around. Even here now. Oh wow. So yeah, it can be quite challenging. And you have no animal spawns. Like that is actually the most challenging one. I already had the problem with the desert biome where I had no animals and I had to bring them. And to bring those animals is not always easy because you have to look for like plain biomes or other biomes, because other snowy biomes, they won't spawn them either. And that's the weirdest building I have ever seen in my life. You guys see that? There's a completely floating house. Like it's a house in the air.
Oh my days, that's crazy! Did you see that?
Like what is this? Like you can walk under the house, it's flying and nobody can reach it. And oh, this is freaking deep. Like you better watch out for those spawns. Like that is crazy, a flying building. Nobody can get up there. Okay, now someone can get in there. That looks weird though. Oh, it's turning to night, but yeah, there's like barely any plant life or anything. Oh, that's the first time to see an igloo butcher shop. I can't even. Oh, there are even flying lanterns. Like, look at that. And you can't even reach that one. Like, you need to close this whole area if you want to use that one. Wait. Can I get in there? I need a bed. Okay, I need to sleep in that flying house, I guess. Oh, wow. Like, the good thing about desert biomes is you don't have such issues with growing anything. Like, you can just move dirt and water there. It's no problem. And if you really wanted grass, you could just place the dirt from like grass fields and grow it into the desert. Like, make some sort of road out of those, right? So you go to another biomes and you create a road until you reach your desert village. Like, here, grass is not the issue. The issue is how to keep the snow away so you can actually grow stuff. Like, it's so challenging. And if you want a lot of wood, I'm about to teach you a little trick. Like, if you want like those giant spruce trees and you place them down, they won't grow at all. Like, it's impossible for them to grow in the snowy biome. However, there is a little trick that can help you let those trees grow. As you guys can see here, and I'm about to demonstrate it. Like, I tried to grow a giant spruce tree here as well, but it didn't work out. So I was like, oh, what should I do? So I decided to actually put torches like that down. And what this does, it removes those snowfields, and then it counts as a, what was it, 666? You need like 66 if I'm not mistaken. Was it 66 you need at least for those to grow or something like that? So they need to have at least like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, they need to have at least like 6 blocks so they can grow properly. Yeah, this will take some time, but I will get back there later and show you. But I'm gonna show you now here how I did it. So here, this way you can grow those spruce trees by putting those torches around there. And the best way to farm spruce trees, for those of you that don't know that about the giant ones, is to cut it in a stair-like shape, like all the way around. Like that. That's how you get up there. I'm not gonna show you till the top because that would take too long, but I'll show you that like that. And now you can just walk up and collect the wood anytime you need it, just like that. And then you can reach the top, and then you just, what you will do is you will stand on all 4 blocks, or at least like 2, like somewhere in the middle, and then you just cut yourself down. Because if you now remove this, you're gonna land on this. If you remove this, you're gonna land on this, and you're always gonna just fall down by like 1 block. And that's how you can farm it the easiest way. Like, just look at that. Like in this sort of motions, like you circle around it like that. And what I also suggest for the beginning, try to locate a taiga biome if you can, and get some berries, because it's gonna take a long time to get those farms to work and grow. And now when it comes to the structures here, you have another challenge, and that's if you build those structures and you want to stick to the pattern, you have one big problem. Like, let me show you that. Like, I'm about to remove now 1 block to show you how it goes. So now if you want to copy that pattern that all the other buildings have in that village, and let's just get myself up there with dirt, and you want to place that lock down, even if you have it in such angle, it will automatically point all the way up, and then you don't have that pattern. So if you want to make this work, you actually need to place a dirt block behind it, then remove it again, collect it, grab it, and then place it directly on that dirt block and get your dirt block back. And that's how you get such pattern. So you always place 1 block down, or it can even be planks or dirt. You can place anything there, then place 1 block behind, then remove that block and place it like that. That's how you get such pattern. And that's one that I built. It wasn't generated there. And yeah, now it's growing nicely, but this was such a struggle. Like, definitely more challenging than the desert biome, because you have everything of disadvantages that you have in the desert biome, except for one small advantage, that you have like a few spruce trees sometimes. But trees are so easy, like seriously. To get trees is the easiest. Like, you just go somewhere and destroy leaves and you get like those saplings. But I most definitely suggest for starters to create something like that, like a small structure, and it's just faster and easier in my opinion. And it works as well, so. Yeah, building in that biome isn't easy. But it can be done. As you guys see, it can be done. Actually, I'm really proud of this farm here. Like, that looks so cool. I took heavy inspiration from the tiger one, where they also used the trapdoors like that. I just think that looks super, super nice. Like, imagine you have those, and instead of the torches, you're actually using glass blocks and you're placing them all around there. Like, you have some sort of glass house, like we have in modern farms now. Like, that's where in real life we get our strawberries and other fruits, if they're not imported from within the country by those glass farms, like those glass house farms. And yeah, it's like, the issue is with the torch, because this was all covered by snow, it will only free one block. Unless you place it on top somewhere, like let's say you place it on top of this block, then you get like 2 blocks free. So you could use a lantern and put it like a block or at least like a block above the water, and you still get like 3 blocks of water free. But it's just so annoying because a lot of space is not being used. Like, do you guys see that now with that torch? Like, here I could plant more potatoes or have like 2 rows like there, right? But I can't have 2 rows everywhere because I always need to have those torches in between, and a lot of space is wasted. And that's exactly why I prefer this sort of cave variant or that glasshouse variant. This is for more experienced players because you need to free this whole area, you need to place torches, you want some cobblestone to separate the water, so you just have like 1 block of water. Or I mean, you could also place there some dirt and grow something else, like in my case beetroot for example, and maybe I will do that soon. But it's pretty annoying. But one good thing is you always just want 1 block of water, so you don't need like a double row, like 1 row is enough. But yeah, it's so freaking challenging, especially to get those animals there. It's quite difficult to move those. Don't get me wrong, this is a beautiful biome. I'm not trying to hate on the snowy tundra biome. Like, I actually enjoy this biome. It's a really, really nice one. It looks great. It gives you like winter feelings, right? And those buildings, I'm not gonna lie, they remind me a bit of my vacation time in the mountain area of Austria, because I went to the Austrian mountains before, and there are also some areas that are covered heavily with snow. And they also have a lot of furnaces that do look a little bit like that somehow, at least in that area, in that village I was in Austria. And those structures there are also mostly of wood. If you want to give your snowy tundra a realistic feeling, you should most definitely build with wood. Like, you could make a cobblestone house or with any other type of stone. There's nothing wrong with that. But keep in mind that snow and stone are not a good mixture, because stone is gonna be freaking cold. So if you want to give your village a realistic feeling, or your house that you built there, you most definitely want to go with wood, because wood is more warm than stone. And it keeps you warm inside, right? Like if you're in home. And here I've imported also some bamboo. What I will do soon, I will actually farm a lot of sand. Somewhere nearby, I think it was over there, yep, in that direction. It goes all across here. There's actually a snowy beach biome, and I can get so much sand from there and actually create a botanic garden. And I was also a bit lucky with that spawn, because here I have river. I have the biome river, and what happens in river? It doesn't freeze here, right? So I can also grow stuff here. But yeah. Oh, and be careful, there are like special skeletons that spawn here that are called strays. And if you get shot by an arrow, you're gonna be really, really slow. They apply the slow effect on you. So you want to watch out for those skeletons and not be shot by them. But this is a really beautiful and magical biome. Just look at that, how that sun goes down, those small mountains there, those flowers that are still there. It looks like it's about to be spring there with those flowers, right? Like, it's a beautiful sight. It's like a nice biome to live in, I think. Especially if you love snow in cold areas or you miss your vacation. And they have igloos. Like, igloos are so cool, right? So yeah, to sum it all up, you need to import animals, just like in the desert biome. You need to watch out with those snowfields to always have some source of light or some ceiling, something. Like, it can even be dirt like that or some glass. And you could also use some lava. Like, I saw people use lava before to grow crops and stuff. Or a mixture of lava and torches. But be careful with the lava, because you don't want your villagers or anyone walk in there, right? So you should cover those with glass blocks. And it's weird though that torches let crops grow. Like, this is so unrealistic. This is why I will make this whole glass building, like a glass house, because I don't know, torches are a bit unrealistic. Because I don't believe that in winter, if you place a torch down in your garden and you want to grow some stuff, that it actually grows from a torch or lantern. Because you need not just light, you need heat as well, right? So yeah, if you want to have something close to real life, make a glass building there, a botanic garden. That's the best solution. So most definitely I suggest this biome if you want to build a home in there or expand a village. Do this as a second village when you already have resources. And when you have at least each type of vegetable or something already and all sorts of animals. I'm just missing pigs. Because that way you can always just move them. So yeah. That's it for today's episode and guide to the snowy biome, to the snowy taiga biome, and also snowy tundra biome. And I hope I could help you guys and that you enjoyed this one. I wish you guys all a good day. See you guys next time.